Welcome to the PrepZone show, presented by Bevel State. I'm your host, Johnathan Bentley, joined with my co-host, Zak McCullough. Zak, it's been 2 months, I think, since we were here last.
It's been 2 months.
Now, a lot of things have happened.
Too many things. Way too many things.
Including, I got a haircut.
Did you get one or just all of them?
No, just a few.
Just a few.
Because I got to keep what I've got.
That's true. There's not a whole lot.
There's not. It's used to be a lot more there. Anyway.
We're off subject already.
Oh, boy, it didn't take long, right? There's going to be some tangents here because that's just what we do. But so last time we were here, we were talking about Alabama. I think it was before they even played the championship.
It was right. It was before the playoffs. It was right after they announced who made the playoffs back in December.
Back when you were shocked that they had made it.
I was shocked. I really was.
Yeah, me too. But we'll get to Alabama later. We're going to start with what we usually talk about is high school football.
That's right. Got to have high school football.
Yes. I mean, it's what we're known for in this county, right?
Exactly.
And Winston County.
That's true.
Especially Winston County the last couple of years. All right. So since we got here last, Cordova has a new football coach.
That's right. They've got a coach that's proven he can win championships too.
Mm-hmm. Brian Maynor comes back. Now, I got here like in the early 2000s. And I had just missed his last tenure here at Cordova. So now he's coming back for a third time. And he won the 1995 championship. He had a winning record at Cordova. I think they made the playoffs 5 out of 6 years. And he's back. So maybe they need all the help they can get, right?
That's true. It's been a couple of down years. And in his seasons at Cordova back 20, 30 years ago, 42 and 27.
Years ago.
So,
was it that long?
Yeah, it's been that long. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you feel old. Wow. I'm not. But 42 and 27, that's not a bad record. Of course, he's got the one state championship, which is outstanding.
Yeah, and he also he was there 3 years at Cordova, went to my alma mater, Buckhorn, for 1 year, found out that they can't play football up there. It's true. So he came back to Cordova, and then many years later, he's back again. I think he's been in Birmingham area, Spain Park, some other schools. So good luck to him. And Seminary Christian's still looking for a football coach.
Yeah, they don't have somebody right now. Jeremy Moon stepped down. Of course, they're coming off of an over season where they didn't play all 10 games. They had to forfeit a couple of them. Hopefully, they'll be able to get somebody in that position, let that person get their wheels under them, so to speak, before the season and summer camp starts.
Yeah, it was a really, Coach Moon took him through a rough year.
Right.
Because the coach before stepped down right before the season started. It was kind of a tough position and in a very tough region. So, yeah, good luck to the next Seminary Christian coach because they're in a tough spot. All right, so we'll jump to basketball, since it's wrapping up now.
That's true.
We've almost waited the whole time to talk about basketball. But here we are. There's one team left.
Just one.
Jasper Girls. That's it. And, we haven't had a team in the Final Four since Cordova won it, and that's been probably 6 years ago.
Wow.
So Jasper Girls, finally, we have somebody back at state. We can actually go watch a team at state for once.
It's outstanding.
Yeah. They've had a great season. They won 39-37 the other day at the regional.
Wow, that was...
They did not hit a shot in the last 740 and won the game.
That seems almost impossible if you don't make a field goal.
They did not. They made 3 free throws and just held on. They didn't have their best game. They built that lead, and that's what saved them. They had that lead, and their defense kind of did the rest for them.
Right.
So they're 29-4, ranked number 1. Would you say they're the favorite? I guess
they would have to be.
Number 1,
that's right. If they're ranked number 1, they're going to be the favorites. I certainly hope that they're able to pull it out, and I think they've got a really good shot.
Yeah, they've won 20 in a row.
Wow.
Haven't lost since Christmas tournament, I think in Cherokee, North Carolina.
That's outstanding.
Have you ever heard of Brubaker Tech, the team they play this week?
Never heard of them, but I did some research on them when I found out that's who they were playing. They do exist. It's the full name of the school is Brubaker Technology Magnet High School.
Okay, so
there's a magnet in there.
Right. Well, had the magnet. Powerful magnets can be
very powerful magnet, and their mascot is a ram.
They play. Jasper plays a lot of Rams.
That's true.
Ramsey and Carver.
They were founded in the year 2000, and they are known informally as Brutech.
Okay, Brutech. It's weird to have tech in a high school.
That's true.
Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, but Brubaker Tech? I don't know. it's one of those schools that doesn't have football. Like Ramsey used to be like that. And now look at them. When I was in high school, Ramsey was like an art school with no sports.
Wow.
Tells me how old I am.
You are
And
old,
then
aren't
now
you?
they're good at everything. But Brubaker Tech, Jasper plays them Wednesday at 3 o'clock at Legacy Arena, not the BJCC.
No, not technically.
No. So good luck to Jasper there. So let's mention some other teams that had a good year this year. Your hometown Carbon Hill boys were good this year.
It was. That was a really outstanding season. Well coached, a lot of talent on that team, and they lost to midfield in the regionals. But the Bulldogs are going to finish 25-7 on the season. Outstanding. So Carbon Hill definitely can be proud of their boys basketball team.
Yeah, and they played midfield. It was one of those games where they just needed a couple more shots.
Right.
And midfield ended up making the Final Four. That was a really tough draw.
Midfield, they're very talented. Seems like they normally are.
Yeah, they're always good at basketball. Actually, what's funny is a lot of times at these regionals, you'll hear, let's play football by the team that loses. Of course, Carbon Hill couldn't say that. But some other teams, like I think Lynn actually chanted that to Shoals Christian, which Lynn lost. But I want to touch on this Door game real fast. The Door girls went to the regional, and the team they were playing made 23s. And the record is 22.
Wow.
And I don't think they probably, who would know that record unless you looked it up? So they probably didn't even know they were 2 away. And it was a show. I mean, I've never seen a team hit like that.
That was, when you come up against a team like that,
There's nothing you could do.
No, you got to just hang in there and hope something goes your way. And for Dora, it didn't, but still an outstanding season.
Yeah, 23-7. They made the regional, I think, 4 years in a row. Very good run by Coach Blevins over there. All right, so Meat Girls made it. They lost to Belgreen. They had a good, 15-9. They had a really slow start and kind of went on. And just to make regional was a big deal for them.
Definitely.
And like for Lynn, also the last team on here, they made the regional for the first time in school history.
Wow. That's incredible. You around here focus on football, but these basketball teams making history too.
Yeah. Kel Tittle, a really good player on that team. So he's just good.
He plays every sport.
Every sport.
They could have a golf. They could have a golf team,
and he would golf or tennis.
I don't care. They could put a curling team in, and he'd probably be good at it.
Yes, just a natural talent. All right, so now we can talk about Alabama, which we kind of started the show with. Alabama football. A lot of things have happened here. Now, so Saban retired since we were here. I guess that was probably a month and a half ago.
January 10th.
Okay, a little over a month. And they have hired the new coach,
Kalen DeBoer.
Mm-hmm. And now his staff has kind of come together quickly.
It has.
But look, speak about him. Were you happy with the hire at first?
I was. I felt like he was one of the best available options. I'm surprised he left Washington to come down here. But like he said in his introductory press conference, Alabama's the only job he would have left Washington for. So, but as a coach, I think he's really outstanding. He's done more with less. The places he's been at, like Washington and Fresno State and down in the NAIA level, they don't have the kind of talent you get in an SEC school, and he's still been able to have success. So now Alabama may not be as talented as in years past this 2024 season. However, he's proven that he can win with less.
Yeah, I think once this last portal opens, I think they'll get an influx.
I do too. If they don't, they're in trouble.
People they don't know about.
Right.
That would never even consider Alabama probably. Because, it's hard to, you don't come to Alabama and start immediately. Now they have some spots where you can actually really play a lot of spots.
Very true.
I think that'll happen, and that'll be a good thing. But what do you think of the OC hire recently, Nick Sheridan?
It looks like, and you put this down on the notes, he's putting together that 2019 Indiana staff
right.
where he had Sheridan and Kane Womack joining him as assistant coaches, and he was also an assistant coach there at Indiana. So he's bringing in people he knows, which I suppose that's a good thing.
Every coach does that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Freeze has done it. Eventually bring a lot of Liberty guys are at Auburn, And
Liberty didn't really miss a beat. They were better this year.
Yeah, they actually. Who would have ever thought that? Liberty would be a great football team. Let's see if they did get destroyed.
They did get destroyed by Oregon, but
I mean, not in the playoffs.
New Year's Six. Big playoffs this year.
Wow, Liberty in the playoffs.
Liberty in the playoffs. That would have.
We don't need that.
No.
We actually don't ever need that. All right, so now the most recent news was Eli Gold being I don't know, shown the door. I don't know. How would you word it?
He wasn't fired. It's just the only thing you can say is his contract wasn't renewed. So basically, moved away from.
Yeah, Eli Gold, the legendary Alabama play-by-play man. I mean, been doing it.
Yeah, since 1989.
89. Okay, picked a good year to start. But growing up, I remember Eli Gold as the racing guy on the radio.
The voice of NASCAR.
Racing on the radio. Can you imagine this?
Seems hard to describe.
My dad, a huge racing fan. So, I mean, we had Eli Gold, that's what I listened to in the radio, in the car. We would go to my uncle's house. This is another very old story. Back when you had old satellite, because all the NASCAR races were on TV, and the voice of those broadcasts was Eli Gold. So,
wow.
Yeah, he's called everything.
Hockey?
He called hockey. I mean, he can do any sport. But to not have him do Alabama home games, that's going to be
different.
Really strange, yeah.
But I mean everything's changing this year, so
yeah.
One more.
It was just very, very strange.
It was abrupt, but he's outstanding, a legend. It's going to be hard to replace, but you got Chris Stewart waiting in the wings, and if you're going to replace a legend, that's somebody that you can definitely replace him with, because Chris Stewart is very talented. He's been waiting for a long time to get this opportunity. Now he's got it.
Yeah, this guy's a pro.
He is.
Yeah, they won't miss a beat there. But yeah, good luck to Eli Gold, whatever he does next. I'm sure he'll be calling something.
Oh, plenty of people will want to hire him. I know that.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, just that voice, it's that radio voice. All right, so we're going to talk about Bevel State here. Their season's almost over, too. I kind of have a stupid question in here where I said, was this year a success? And then I put down at the bottom, last year they were 10-19, 5-17 in the conference.
Definitely.
Second worst team in the conference.
Yeah, now they're second best team in the conference. They've locked up the number 2 seed in their conference tournament, and they're going to have the automatic bye for the first round, which is outstanding. First year, kind of a rebuilding season for Billy Connor, but 16-13, 9-6 in the conference.
I did not see that coming.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
No. And they had a really tough start of the schedule. You have a brand new coach, these players don't know them, and you're playing these Mississippi schools, which are so good. So they had a slow start, but once conference play hit, they've done really well. Playing at Songer Gym this year, which has been nice.
Definitely.
I guess it'll be a 1-year deal, then they'll go back.
They're going back to a renovated new building.
Glenn Clem Coliseum, gymnasium over there that needed a redo.
Definitely.
I said it. Yeah, it was awful, but good luck to them too. So, Billy Connor, I guess it was a success.
It was.
I guess you could say pretty clearly.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think Bevel State is one of those schools. If you have a really good coach, you can do well.
That's right.
It kind of goes for everybody, but especially at Bevel.
Right. You're going to find talent, in basketball here in Walker County. There's a lot of talented players in Winston County too. And so if you can start recruiting a little bit, just telling players, hey, come to Bevel, we got a spot for you on our team, that's success, just waiting for you.
Yeah, and they lose a lot of sophomores this year, so he'll have to reload.
Definitely.
But, yeah, a new team that he had never coached before, and, they really took to him. So now they have to go to Bishop State. Do you know where that's at? It's in Mobile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, they have to go all the way to Mobile for that tournament. It's a shame it's not closer.
Yeah.
And Bishop State isn't even in their division. So
strange.
Doesn't make any sense.
Nothing makes sense around here.
No, I mean, I think it was supposed to be at Shelton, and something happened. Shelton and Tuscaloosa, which is always good at basketball. But Bevel State, I mean, it's good to see. So no matter what, they're going to have a winning record.
Right.
And Connor really, I mean, he left Corner after 30-something years, and it's been seamless over here. They needed a new coach and just a new breath of fresh air over there.
Right. And they got it.
Yeah, they really did. And it's been fun to watch. Softball team is off to a 10-2 start.
That's not bad either. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, a couple years ago, yet again, it's like a coach. This is a hotbed for softball.
Definitely.
And especially the expanded area, but also in this county. But one of their best players, I didn't list it on here, Bailey Webb from Oakman, is, I think, second on the team in hitting, and Allie Keaton from Carbon Hill. But also the other girls from other area have done. They're just killing the ball. Scored over 10 runs, and they had the 10 wins this year. And Coach Harris has turned it around. They went 30-30 last year, but this year I think they're going to surpass that.
Oh, definitely. If you're starting 10-2, 30 for 30 would not be the way to end the season. I think
That would be
that would be disappointing.
at
I
this
think
point.
this is heading up in trajectory because they got a lot of talent. 5 girls hitting over 400.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Their offense is incredible. And their pitcher, actually, I saw today, was the Division II, which is what division they're in, pitcher of the week. So,
all right.
Yeah. Kyla Edmondson, she's from Barry, another local girl pretty much.
Right.
But yeah, Chris Harris done a great job. So, I mean, they got good coaches over there right now, Harris and Connor especially. But they should make a run here, hopefully. They don't have to play Wallace State and Huntsville anymore.
Good.
See, that's the big change here. Those divisions, for the first time this year, they have a Division 1 and 2 and Bevel's in 2 where they can compete with I mean, Wallace State. Have you seen the campus?
It's like a larger college than
Yes.
definitely.
We have like Montevallo down the road.
Right.
And it's Division 2. Wallace State, I mean, they're probably 5 times bigger at least.
Wow.
They have a welding department. This huge new building for welding. I mean, just you name it, they got to take care of at Wallace.
It's a great school.
Which is where Jasper won that regional. Yeah, so it's a good gym too. All right, so anything else you want to talk about before we have another show in about 3 months?
Yeah, about 3 or 4 months.
I'm going to get another haircut before then, I'm guessing.
You'll need one. I think I'll need one.
Take off 2 more hairs.
Take off a couple more.
Yes.
Just a couple more. College basketball is underway. Both Alabama and Auburn are having good seasons.
We got to talk about Alabama basketball.
We got to talk about both of them. Alabama is right now the front runner to win the SEC regular season. Auburn is sitting back, still within striking distance, I guess.
I think Alabama's got this.
I don't know.
Unless something crazy
Unless
happens.
something bad happens.
They're just really good at I mean, Oates is...
He's
say
a
what
great
you
coach.
want about Oates, but boy, I mean, he just wins, right?
That's true. But this team, it seems like it's not as talented as last year's, and the record's not as good, but they're still in the same position when it comes to winning the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else, they don't have a bad SEC loss.
Well, road trip to Tennessee and Auburn, they both got out of hand, but it's not a bad.
I mean, you expect that, yeah.
Yeah, you come to expect. You're not going to go to Auburn or to Tennessee and just expect them to lay down.
And I think if they played the teams that beat them, they probably get them back. If they play them again, like Clemson at home.
Oh yeah,
it makes you wonder what in the world. So that just tells you how much better this team has gotten. And all their losses are good.
That's true.
And a good loss is better than beating Alabama A&M. No offense to Alabama A&M. But Auburn playing teams like that doesn't help.
No, it's not.
I think it hurts you, actually.
It really does, because when the sports writers are going to rank, they look at who do you play in the non-conference. Alabama played Purdue and Arizona and Creighton. Just a tough schedule. Auburn didn't play hardly anybody. Indiana,
yeah. I'm forgetting some. They lost to Appalachian State.
Yeah.
That's pretty good in their little division or whatever conference that is.
Sun Belt, Fun Belt.
Yeah, so I mean, but I don't know. Auburn's kind of all over when they have games, they just can't hit a shot. But they have a chance.
That's true.
And I think Alabama's got this locked. I really do. I think they're game clear of Tennessee.
They are. That's right. They're 1 game ahead of Tennessee.
And everybody else is 2 or back.
Everybody else is 2 or back. Yeah. So if Alabama can beat Tennessee in the rematch at Coleman Coliseum, Crimson Tide basically have it locked up.
That might be a big ticket right there.
I think it will, unless things go terribly wrong Saturday against Kentucky, which could happen. It's at Rupp Arena.
Kentucky can play well. That's the thing. Yeah, well, they put it together.
They did last week against Auburn. They sure did.
Yes, so at home. Auburn, long winning streak at home got snapped by a mediocre, I would say a good Kentucky team.
They're good.
Not a great, but a good Kentucky team. So they're going to have to start a new streak this week.
That's true.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate to see streaks like that end. All right, so anybody else we need to talk about?
I think we've
got
got
almost baseball season.
It is. We're almost to baseball season. Goodness.
It is it's the worst time of the year, sports-wise, right?
Fairly.
Once you get through March Madness.
Right, and then you got Major League Baseball. Spring training starts today.
I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that. It did start today. It's a long summer.
It's going to be a long... Hey, Major League Baseball could be entertaining this year.
Could it?
It could.
Yeah. A lot of people don't watch that. It's it's a little slow. I watched the Braves, but after that...
The pitching clock helped Major League Baseball.
It really did.
It really did.
But I think if you didn't like baseball already, that's not going to draw you to baseball.
I doubt it. It just, if you were a casual fan, it might make you want to watch more. But other than that, it helped for the fans at the ballpark. Ballpark sales, I'm sure, have increased.
Yeah, a lot faster. All right, so that wraps up our show. And maybe we'll be... Next time, maybe we could talk a little bit more. Hopefully nothing else happens at Alabama, right?
I hope
They're
not
not going to run off anybody else, right?
I doubt it, but you never know.
Right. No, I think they're in a good spot. Maybe by then they'll have their roster rebuilt some.
Hopefully.
I think they'll get quite a few. Not just a couple. See, they always just need a few.
That's
now
right.
They need more than a few.
A lot more than a few.
Yeah, and now off topic real fast. What do you see the board doing? What's your hopes? What would be a successful year this first year?
A successful year? What I would say successful, 10-2 regular season, make the second round of the playoffs.
Now, how many rounds are there going to be?
There's the first round, the second round. Four. Gotta count it up.
Second round,
second round.
It's going to be interesting.
Lose to one of the conference champions. And,
lose to Auburn? Really? No, I'm just kidding. Auburn getting to a better game.
Auburn,
the Birmingham Bowl will be.
Yeah, maybe get to Shreveport.
Yeah.
I
know. I saw the over-under was 7.5, and that's tough. I'll probably go under.
I agree with 7.
7. Seems like the number. All right, so that wraps up the show, as I've said already once.
Right.
But this time I'm actually meaning it.
But do you really mean it?
I think so,
okay.
Yes.
Got to make sure.
So get out to watch Bevel softball. They're playing in a field they started last year, and it's really nice.
It is. They have nice facilities.
Yeah. They're going to have a new basketball arena and this great softball field. But yeah, get out and watch them. They're really good. They're entertaining, and the games are pretty quick.
They are.
And all right, so that's it for Johnathan Bentley and Zach McCullough. We'll see you next time.